Just your general impressions of day two, the live stuff today?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, it's, as I was just telling these gentlemen, that it's hard when we're not in full pads. I mean, especially on the line of scrimmage guys. You can get a lot of really good work done on the perimeter with the skill guys, but the interior guys have got to learn to practice efficiently without pads because we can't just beat each other up all the time. And so that can make things a little bit difficult, picking up blitzes, tempo, but we've got to continue to work on that. Especially our young guys, they've got to figure out, hey, this is how we practice efficiently without being in full pads. And so you see a little bit of sloppiness there. You can tell there was some new install. We had a couple new blitzes in on the defensive side. That caused, I think, some consternation with our quarterbacks a little bit, and defense did a heck of a job getting takeaways today. So they won the battle of that today, and I think Coach McGee had some great teaching tape for some of the quarterbacks and some of the decisions that were made. That's kind of the way it goes. It's the ebb and flow of spring football.
We saw the pick from the guy who's not going to be able to play this fall, but who else kind of stood out on that defense?
I mean, I'll tell you, Josh Hill has had a tremendous offseason and is really playing at a high level for his, you look at him and you go, cut your hair, Josh, you look a lot better. But other than that, you're like, okay, the guy's about, looks like me out there playing about 5'10", 220, and let's go, And so, but he's a really smart, tough football player. Mac, we've slid him in to the will linebacker spot, and I think those two guys are really going to anchor the interior of our defense. And the reason we felt like we could do that is because we got two guys that redshirted last year that we feel like can step in and compete at that Sam linebacker spot in Balue, Chapman, and Jacob Hadley. So very excited about those two. Another young man that had a tremendous offseason, really a great season, later half of the season was Bryson McCabe. And you can see his leadership showing up right now and doing a nice job of working with that back end group.
The idea of moving Jacob up to linebacker, where's that?
He came back from Christmas break at 220. And so even though he's a really good athlete, and we felt like asking him to backpedal and cover receivers was probably going to be a little bit of a challenge. And the good news is he's smart, he's tough. I think he's just going to continue to get big. I think he's got a chance to do some really interesting things for us. I love the competition between he and Balue. They bring a little bit different skill set, a little bit different strengths, but they're both really dynamic players, and I really like both those guys.
With those guys playing Sam and Mac moving to Will, does that mean Josh is going to play some Mike then?
Josh has slid into the Mike spot for now, yeah. Walker Cozy and Josh. And Walker's had a nice off-season too. He's done some really good things early in spring ball. So I think that we felt like to really maximize our talent, get our best players on the field. That was one of the things we had to do. And you get Mac and one of the McCarthy brothers, I can't remember which one, number 11, out there together. That's some pretty good competition there too at the will spot.
How important is it to have a guy at Mike with what you guys do defensively?
Well, I think that's always going to be one of them. He's kind of the quarterback of the front seven. You got a guy like Bryson McCabe that handles things in the back end, but that guy's got to be a local leader and do a nice job of kind of communicating with the front, making sure that they're dialed in, and Josh does a good job of that.
You talked about the install plan on offense. What's the plan?
So we actually put in a couple new pressures today, kind of just some really groove DNA calls for us on our first day, things that we had last spring. And so now we'll have, probably a little wrinkle tomorrow and then not much on Monday. And so we were going to practice originally, it'll just kind of depend. I mean, I don't mind pulling back on that stuff in the spring. I want to get it right. And so if you've ever done it, the install thing is the most maddening thing for coordinators to do because it's such a moving target, and every year it's different. There's no well, this worked last year, so we'll do it again because it's a different team. And so it's always kind of a work in progress.
What are your thoughts on
right now?
Steven?
He's doing a nice job. He's a quick learner. He's very raw. Didn't play a lot of football in high school, played a couple years. Big, physical, good-looking kid. And he just, what I really appreciate him about it is the bang technique that we're coaching on the D-line is not an easy technique. It's hard to pick up. But if you show him something, or you not like this, he kind of replicates it immediately. So that tells me he's got a chance to learn quickly, and he flashes. You're like, okay, that looks pretty good. We'll be all right if we can do that. And so I'm excited about it. I mean, not just the type of football player. I mean, hey, Community Bozeman in Montana State, this is a first-class young man, and we're fortunate to have him. I mean, he'll probably lead our team in community service. All that. Last night we had a job fair, and he's up there. I'm like, there's going to be a bidding war for his services. So great kid, and I think he's going to. I'm really pleased with the quick progress that he's making because it can take a while to pick some things up.
Do you like him on the inside or the outside?
He's going to probably play a 4-eye for us in our 3-4 stuff, and then we'll slide him to end a little bit. It kind of depends on how he grows. I mean, keeping in mind that this guy is a true freshman,
Right.
you know, and will be next year too, because he's got a bonus year because he
Right.
went to a prep school, so that didn't even count against his eligibility. So this is a totally different animal. This is a guy who's going to have the ability to come in. You know, he's going to have last year at Air Force Prep, this semester. And now he starts as a true freshman. He's actually in Tucker Rovig's class. But he's already played a year and a half of college football. So that's kind of a cool deal.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jeff.